Hello, everybody. I'm Derek L. Mitchell, and today I'm talking about the fear of reality. You can't change what you don't acknowledge, and the beginning of change is to acknowledge and accept the current condition of your life and the reality of who you are. Welcome to episode 21 of The Fearless Factory.
Fear is a fantasy. Regret is real. You can face your fear or live your regret.
One of the biggest keys in my journey and process of overcoming fear is embracing reality. Every time in my life when I embraced the reality of who I was and the condition of my life, I was able to change things for the better. Whether it was the first time that I embraced the reality that there was no quick fix or cure for my stutter, and that I might very well have to manage this for the rest of my life. Things changed, and dramatically. The time that I embraced the reality that I was much more capable than I had ever given myself credit for, my life changed, and some major breakthroughs took place. Now, just recently, in the past couple of years, I also embraced another reality that also led to a big change in my life and got me to the point that I am right now. Now, as a person who stutters, I have had a lot of negative experiences as a result of the way I speak. I've been insulted, belittled, marginalized, ignored by a lot of people that I've come across during the course of my life. And as a result of all those negative experiences, it caused me to develop a negative opinion and expectation of people in general. I became very jaded about people's intentions towards me and the potential reaction to my speech impediment. And so I live my life according to that negative view of the world and people around me. And what that taught me is that so often that so many of us are living life and viewing things through a lens that is tainted by our history and our past experiences. So we can't really view the present and the possibilities of our future in an objective and realistic way as a result of constantly looking back to what was and our past experiences. And what changed me is my experience at my previous job. Now, when I gave my first speech in Toastmasters, it was at my club at my little ass job. So in that audience, it was nothing but my colleagues and co-workers. And after I gave that first speech, just the outpouring of support and encouragement was overwhelming. I could not believe that people who really didn't know me and didn't really have that much invested in me took it upon themselves to encourage me, to ask sincere questions about stuttering and my experiences, and went out of their way to support me in ways that I just did not expect. And that really helped me to realize that The reality is that the world and people were not as vicious and narrow-minded and insulting as I assumed based on my past experiences. And when I was able to look at the world with optimism instead of skepticism, things changed. What I learned is that you learn from your past, live in the present, and lean towards your future. In order to truly make change in yourself and in your life, we all have to navigate the world around us. And that requires seeing the dark and light intentions of the people that are around you. Just think about this. What would you think and do if you saw somebody approaching you at a very intentional pace with the hateful look on their faces and their fists balled up tightly? If you saw that, what would you expect out of that person? Handshake or a warm embrace? No, you would think that this person is about to attack me and I am going to react accordingly. But what if you just refused to accept that? And because no one had ever attacked you in the past, you can't process the fact that this is happening right now. So you refuse to accept that and act as if that person is approaching you with an open hand and open arms instead of a closed fist. Let me ask you this. Does that change anything? Does your refusal to accept the reality of what's coming your way change anything? No. And that's because reality does not need our permission or acknowledgement to have its impact on our lives. Life is about to act upon you, and will you react accordingly? So whether you can't acknowledge the fact that life is about to punch you in the mouth, or open up and embrace you with open arms, you have to accept the reality of life as it is. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. It matters is what's happening right now and what's about to happen. You have to live according to the season that you are in and prepare for the season that is coming. And oftentimes there are signs of the season that is coming our way and how our lives are about to be impacted. But oftentimes there aren't. There are no signs, and things just happen unexpectedly and out of the blue. And that's why you always have to keep in mind that the only constant thing in life is change. Just because life was hard yesterday or last year doesn't mean that it will be that way tomorrow or the coming year. And just because you were successful, the past few years, it doesn't mean that it's gonna last. You always have to expect that life is gonna change and react accordingly. This is Derek L. Mitchell, and I'm encouraging you to accept the reality of life. That's the only way to truly make a substantial and significant change in yourself and in your life, is to start by accepting things for exactly how they are. And if you can embrace the reality of yourself and of your life, then you can conquer fear, claim confidence, find your voice, and live life on purpose with a purpose. And I will see you on the next episode of the Fearless Factory.